Welcome to the official Personality Guru. ESFJs who identify as Enneagram 1 are more of a perfectionist than your typical ESFJ. They're sociable and organized, but they also have a strong sense of right and wrong. In addition, they tend to analyze decisions very carefully. They want to be seen as good people, and they are deeply dedicated. ESFJ Enneagram 1s are the type of people who are always striving for the best. They are exceptionally committed, and they're some of the hardest workers out there. In addition, they are self-disciplined and conscientious. People of this type have a strong sense of morality and justice, which shines through in their words and actions. However, ESFJ Enneagram 1s are often hard on themselves and can benefit from learning to relax and go with the flow. Today, let's talk about ESFJ personality and Enneagram Type 1. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the official Personality Guru and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest uploads. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Each personality type prefers to use 4 of the 8 functions first described by Jung. These 4 functions comprise the type's function stack. The relative strength of preference for these 4 functions is expressed in the following manner: dominant, auxiliary, tertiary, and inferior. ESFJ's first preference is FE, followed by SI and E and TI respectively. While we will soon discuss each function in greater depth, for now, we will turn to another feature of ESFJ's personality, their type development. As is true for all types, ESFJ's type development consists of 3 general phases. These phases roughly correspond to the ordering of the function stack, with FE being the first function to blossom, SI the second, and so on. But as we will see, the inferior function is sort of a special case, summoning ESFJ's attention to an earlier phase than might otherwise be expected. Phase 1. Teens to 20s. Phase 1 is characterized by the development and employment of ESFJ's dominant function, extroverted feeling, or FE. In developing and strengthening their FE, Phase 1 ESFJs can seem inflexible and opinionated, quick to make judgments and draw conclusions about the world. Since their judgments are not yet being weighed and balanced by their auxiliary and tertiary functions, they're especially prone to jumping to conclusions. Since FE is a judging function, ESFJs tend to take themselves and their lives quite seriously. Even from a relatively young age, they tend to strive for excellence in whatever they do. They can differ markedly from ISFJs in this phase, whose dominant function or SI is a perceiving function. This leads ISFJs to be more open and take life less seriously than Phase 1 ESFJs are who won't do. While both types utilize FE, ISFJs are more concerned with perceiving the world, SI, while ESFJs are already working to change or control it, FE. Phase 2. Late teens or 30s. While the inferior function is not entirely dormant or inert in Phase 1, the epic tug-of-war between the dominant and inferior does not come to the fore until Phase 2. Once the ESFJ's dominant FE reaches a certain threshold of strength and dominance, their inferior function, introverted thinking, TI, begins to assert itself and play a more prominent role. This can be somewhat confusing since TI is not next in line in ESFJ's function stack. However, this can be understood as deriving from TI's bipolar relationship with the ESFJ's dominant FE. Phase 2 ESFJs also show increasing use and development of their auxiliary function, introverted sensing or SI, and may even begin to tap into their tertiary function, extroverted intuition or NE. These perceiving functions allow ESFJs to open and modify their FE judgments. They help them loosen their grip on life, tempering their FE drives for outer order and control. Phase 3. 30s, 40s, and beyond. If all goes well and they are fortunate enough to enter Phase 3, ESFJs become increasingly aware of the insidious effects of their inferior TI. By increasing their self-awareness and learning to function more authentically as ESFJs, they can negotiate a better balance between their FE and TI. As they cultivate conditions that support their natural strengths, Phase 3 ESFJs can experience a heightened and enduring sense of peace, wholeness, and satisfaction. ESFJ's dominant function, extroverted feeling. As we've seen, extroverted feeling or FE is ESFJ's dominant function. Since FE is a judging function that is extroverted In its direction, ESFJs are extroverted judging types, quick to express their feelings, opinions, and grievances. This can be both a strength and a weakness. On the one hand, it contributes to ESFJs' quick responsiveness and capacity for leadership. On the other, it can dispose them to judging prematurely or too severely. FE imbues ESFJs with a desire to control or otherwise influence others, whereas FI dominance, i.e. IFPs, seek control inwardly, FE types do so outwardly. This desire for outer control should in no way be considered bad or unhealthy for ESFJs. As we've seen, judging is a viable and commonly used means of navigating life. While ETJ types are often viewed as controlling commanders, ESFJ's feeling preference makes their means of control more subtle and in some ways more effective. Because of their ability to read and relate to people, ESFJs can skillfully discern the most effective route to influencing them. Another feature of FE involves meeting the needs of others. ESFJs work to ensure that everyone is getting along and is well cared for. ESFJs are often conceived as self-sacrificing, deferring their own needs for the sake of the collective good. In their attempt to cultivate good feelings in the social environment, ESFJs typically put on a happy face, displaying ample warmth, friendliness, and congeniality in their interactions, while FI types may at times consider overt FE friendliness as somewhat disingenuous. Most ESFJs do so with good intentions of improving morale or finding consensus. ESFJs FE can present differently among strangers than it does with their intimates. In larger groups, ESFJs may seem consistently positive in their expressions as part of their attempt to cultivate good social feelings. In the company of close confidants, however, they are more apt to share their negative emotions and grievances, and because their words are often bathed in emotion, ESFJs can seem intense or dramatic in their expression. While such expressions are commonly interpreted as irrational by thinkers or FI types, they are rational to the degree to which they accurately reflect the nature of the experienced emotion in many instances. Given sufficient time, ESFJs will further refine or soften their initial FE judgments as they move through the perceiving functions of their function stack. In contrast to IFPs, ESFJs can have a more difficult time independently perceiving their own emotions. This is due to the fact that their feeling function is extroverted feeling rather than introverted. How about you as an ESFJ and any other personality type? What are the information about you that we should know, aside of course from what you have mentioned? Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. Consequently, ESFJs don't spend as much time trying to independently sort out their emotions. Inwardly, they deal largely in the currency of SI. So when ESFJs find themselves in emotionally troubling circumstances, they often and should turn to others for support or guidance. Before we continue, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. Expressing themselves through their FE is critical to their psychological and physical health and well-being. Even if doing so does not provide them with an immediate solution to the problem at hand, they tend to feel better once they have expressed their feelings, be it through words or through tears. Unfortunately, parents and teachers often fail to understand this about their FJ children and may end up stifling their FE expressions.